How's it going, everybody? This is Paul Case. I wanted to give you a few tips for sawing with your Halverson. My Halverson's old. It's I think it's 3 seasons old. Just finishing up its 3rd season here, and I've had to make some mods to it, you can tell. But I've seen a guy cutting some stuff with his, and I think his may not have as much use on it as mine does, but I got some tips to help y'all with your Halverson if you got a wood processor. And some of these even work good on a wood splitter, especially where you're splitting wood and running it through a 4-way wedge or a 6-way or bigger, like mine is. I have learned to feed the big end of the log first. There's almost always one end's bigger than the other, and to feed the big end first. And where this doesn't help at is on the very end of the log. If it's a butt cut, right down there on the ground, the wood's going to be really hard to bust. But I have figured out how to remedy that too. I make a short piece off of the end, about 6 inches, and then it'll bust, and then you don't have any trouble busting it. The reason you do this is because when it's shoving it under that wedge, the wings on that wedge, if you got it the other way, it's trying to shove more material under it. Another tip I'll tell you, sometimes works good for me. If you get a piece that's got a whole bunch of big knots in it, and the piece is about the top end of what your Halverson can cut, then you can cut those knots out and kick that piece out or try to split it. Usually it'll go ahead and split if it's got short, if the pieces with the knots in it are really short. And a lot of people don't want a bunch of short wood, but I sell wood by the volume. Actually, my wood all goes out of here by the truckload, and my people don't seem to mind it. I get a lot of big pieces and a lot of little pieces, and I don't have very many complaints about that. I do have some people that want more big ones or more little ones, and we try to accommodate that. But like on this piece here, see it's got that big knot there. If you had one that had 2 or 3 of those all right in close proximity that's going to be on the same stick of wood, it'd be a lot harder to split. So sometimes you can make it so that you cut them knots apart in half, or cut a little section out with the knots in it, throw it over the side. Another thing that I'll tell you can do that'll help with your Halverson is not cut when it's so stinking cold that you have to wear all this garbage to be able to saw wood. There's my tips for the day. Hey, thanks for watching. Catch you later.